Holding my soda light. It's good for communication. Got all my crystals today. Got some ruby, some mookaite, some garnet, fluorite, clear quartz. Y'all know I hold on to my motivite. How's everyone doing today? This evening. Good evening, good evening. Hey Diedre, I believe there's a way you could request to join my live. There we go. Hi,
Hey,
Boo.
I wasn't sure. I'm like, what page am I supposed to be on?
Oh no,
Yeah.
so many
Okay.
pages I have.
How are you?
I'm doing well, and yourself?
I am well.
You know I had to represent.
Girl, we about to bring that back. That's where we all started right
This is
there.
my favorite shirt. I
Still
have
looking
two.
good.
So
I'm
this
about
is
to
my
bring it
bigger
back.
one. I have a small size, and then I have a larger size. This is my larger size here.
I appreciate you. Still looking good.
Oh,
Still
thank you.
looking
You
good.
too, love. You
Thank
too.
you.
All right. So let's just jump right on into
Okay.
it. Let's just wave at a couple of people here.
Okay.
So first, introduce yourself. Is that Shay?
Okay. All
Okay.
right. Hey, gorgeous people. Hey, girl. Hey. My name is Diedre. I am a professional shit talker. I help resilient women redefine themselves, show up in every room and own it, and lead with integrity. And I do that within fashion and marketing. So I just be talking my shit and how women just really need to stand in their truth and own who the hell they are. That's what I do.
Right. And then even just like not even just with the apparel, but just like every time you do a video or a clip or anything, it's always motivation. It's always something to get people energized and get them going. It's a beautiful thing. So I have 10 questions to ask you. I've been doing pretty much interviews for everyone due to, of course, COVID. I wasn't able to do my vision board party. It would have been my 4th annual. So I'm just reaching out to everyone.
Keeping it going. Okay.
Girl, I'm gonna keep going. Keep moving, keep pushing, keep thriving. But I'm definitely still doing it. So I wanted to reach out to everyone that had experienced it and just give them 10 questions to kind of motivate the audience and kind of, just push them through this crazy year. We only got a couple days left, but you feel me?
We got one day left. We got one day.
Yeah, 24 hours.
We're going to ride this thing till the wheels fall off. Okay, that works. Okay.
So my first question to ask you is, what is your morning routine? Like, what do you do when you first wake up? What do you say? Is there a morning spiritual routine that you do? What is it that you do when you first get up in the morning?
So when I first wake up, the first thing I do is I have to thank God for allowing me to wake up. I'd be like, look around like, Lord God, thank you for keeping me. Like, I thank him for keeping me. I thank him for keeping me in my right mind. I thank him for another opportunity just to really go out and get it. Whatever I'm getting that day, Lord, cover me because I'm coming out here and I'm getting it. So that's the first thing I do. And I also, because my days are so busy, I realize when I walk 2 miles in the morning, but it's been cold. And I'm like, I still got to get out here and get it. Because if I don't do that, I feel like I tend to carry more stress if I don't get out and walk. So I pray, get out and walk, and then I listen to a podcast.
And exercise is really important. It's get your blood circulating, especially first thing in the morning is definitely a go-to for me as well.
Yeah.
What podcast do you listen to?
Girl, my podcast got the juice. So I listened to the first one that hit my ears is The Good Quote.
Okay.
Have you heard of that one? So that's
I've heard of The Good Quote. Do they have an Instagram page?
Yeah, I think he does. It's underneath. Okay. I think it's branded underneath itself, but the way that he put these clips together and had this series going, so Monday through Friday, I'm set.
Okay.
It's like he has series, but every clip is relatable and it's just motivation. Like I need to hear that first thing in the morning. So I'm always in tune with The Good Quote, or I'll go to SoundCloud and I like these little motivational over a little hip hop. So I got like a little two favorite there, but The Good Quote, that's my shit. Yeah.
I'm definitely have to put that in my playlist for podcast.
Yeah. And it's like short clips, so all of them are not long, but all of them have a message for the day. So it'll bless you, girl. That's it.
Okay. Next question. 2020 has been a challenging year and has made so many changes to all of our daily lives. How do you adapt to change? And what keeps you moving forward?
I didn't hear the question. Somebody called me. Somebody did call me. No, I said I'm trying to be great here at 7:00. Somebody called me.
Man, actually, let me put it right now because my phone would just start going off as well. Okay, it's on silent.
Okay.
But no. I was saying 2020 has been such a drastic change for all of us. And I want to know, how do you adapt to change? Because it's like, this is a huge transition. This is a huge, big impact for all of our lives. How do you adapt to this change? And what motivates you to keep pushing through and keep going?
Ooh, that's a loaded question. So just by nature, I can adapt easily. Just once I check the temperature, like all I just have to do is just sit back and adjust the scene, and then I can make my way. But 2020, like everything that has happened was not on my vision board for 2020. Okay, like my vision board, I was out here being great. I was supposed to be in somebody's Bali, so somebody's, getting somebody's fan, and everything like crashed down like the day after my birthday. So I was able to celebrate my birthday, but everything stopped. So I had to really sit. Had to really sit with myself to figure out what's going to happen. Because when everything shut down, not only was my health, I had to be working from home. I automatically became a full-time teacher on top of navigating work, because my daughter was at home. So I'm just like, well, wait a minute. Like, they didn't even finish school. I had to find out on the news that they ain't going back to school. So I'm like, okay, so did that. And then my business took a big hit because I was out here popping. Like, pop-up shops with my apparel brand. Like, I was out here moving. And I already had, like, 10 events lined up. Wow. And all of them were canceled. So I was just like... that was 80% of my income. Like all I gotta do is just be in the building. I'm gonna make the money. I just need the space.
Be there. I need the space for the people to come. Everything.
That's it. I just need the space. So all that basically took a back seat. Because I had to really think. I'm like, how can I still give the same experience as if I was in person? Like, how can I really give the same experience online? Like I had an online presence, but it's different between me talking to somebody face to face, telling them what's the purpose of the brand and how this resonates, and them actually sharing their story of how the clothing and everything resonates to them. So I had to pivot.
Yeah.
I had to pivot, and pivoting basically really opened me up to let me know where I'm going, and also let me know where I need to tighten up. Like 2020 snatched my ass up and got me all the way together. Like, if I could just be frank.
It just shook you. Sometimes you need that.
So I end up having my appendix surgery. My appendix ended up bursting this year.
Whoa.
And that shift. So
Yeah.
everything shifted. So that happened, and I wasn't even worried about it. I'm working out and I feel this like little pop. I'm just like, oh, maybe I pulled a muscle. And I'm still trying to be great here, trying to figure out my next move. And I ended up going to the hospital, and they did the x-rays and everything. They like, oh, ma'am, you're not going home. Like, you got to have surgery. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. I got something to do. Like, I got plans this weekend.
Yeah.
So had to deal with that. And then my appendix was enlarged and infected. So I couldn't, they did the surgery and I couldn't even, they couldn't take my appendix at the time. So I had to go home, allow 6 to 8 weeks for this to go down so I can have surgery again. So you talking about positioning and pivoting? Like, I had a lot of time that God was just like, have a seat. Let's go ahead and have this conversation. So I definitely had to pivot. I had to readjust as far as the things that I felt like were important that was not even important. I had to really center myself and figure out, what is it like? I pray now. I'm like, God, please keep me in alignment of what you called me to do. If this is not in alignment with you, please take this out of my path so I can stay in alignment. So I don't have no time to be wasting on no bullshit. Like, keep me in alignment. Give me one thing that you can bless and let's go ahead and roll with it. If this is you, then let me show up and be great. So I don't step outside of that rim, because he showed me favor and he kept me through all this. So I'm just like, God never took his hand off me. Like me going through 2020, like that just readjusted. I got my bank account is bigger, the savings account is popping. Like, I just have to realign what is going on and get focused, and then cut down anything that don't serve me. I was focused on shit that don't serve me. So that's how 2020 went for me, if that answers your question.
I applaud you though. Because there's impacts that happen on our lives, and sometimes we're unable to move forward. But you were persistent, and you did not let anything stand in your way of pushing forward. And that's really important for us to understand and know that, once we put God, if we continue to put God first, then God will definitely go through and get everything done. Girl.
Yeah. It was important, because a lot of times we may feel like we're doing all this and in a blink of an eye, like this could be gone. Like, some people don't recover from that, or just by losing your job. Like, you have to really take inventory and then get creative. Like, there has been so many transitions. So like, we should have been able to really take an inventory, look and see what's going on, and then figure out how we can, are you really showing up and giving your best? Are you really in alignment with what you called to do? So that's how I be. I take the little, this is what we do. Okay, what I need to learn here? Look around, get refocused. Okay, and then
see those different signs that pop up, and continue to push forward and see those and it motivates you too. It's like, okay, I see you guys. Like,
like,
like I didn't know this was gonna pop up, but I see you, God, come through, God.
And then when you come through, you're like, oh, for me? Oh, okay. I appreciate you.
I need you to name me 3 of your most motivational songs that get you going, that get you through the good and the bad. It could be old, it could be new, it could be songs for 2020, but 3. I have this whole thing with 3, so I'm gonna give you a lot of 3s.
So I like some new stuff, but I'm stuck in the 2000. You can find me in the 99 2000 era. That's where I'm at. That's where I stay. Okay. So my top 3 songs that'll get me through is "Give Me" by Kirk Franklin. Like, that's my jam. If I'm feeling like just on some boss shit, I'll do Rick Ross, Number One. That's my shit too. And then, anything Beyonce, like anything Beyonce, I'm just
have a whole rotation of Beyonce playlists.
Yeah. I'm just like, and Megan Thee Stallion is currently in rotation too. I'm feeling Megan Thee Stallion too. So those are that's where
hot girl energy.
Yeah. But let me see that now. This one is really my shit. Hold on, let me see here. That's like my jam off the Megan Thee Stallion album. So for that one, hold on, not letting me be great.
And they both from Houston, Texas, aren't they? They both.
Yeah. So Girls in the Hood, I currently have that in heavy rotation.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Me too.
Okay.
We girls from the hood. We girls from the hood.
So that's my jam.
That's what's up. My next question is for the ones who are out there considering taking the next step and becoming an entrepreneur. What are some words of advice that you can give them that is first starting out?
So for somebody who is on the fence or thinking about stepping into entrepreneurship, I believe that we are not given these ideas or thoughts for any reason. So I feel like you need to step into that truth and figure out what that is. And I also believe, like, stand in your truth. So if you're stepping into entrepreneurship, lead with who you are, because that's what's going to make you unique, and that's how you're going to be able to stand out in the marketplace. It don't matter who doing it. If the person down the street that you know them, but you know that you can do this and this is your purpose, like, lead in with that. And just trust that you're not given this opportunity just because. So I would just go all in. Like, I would just go all in. Even if nobody supports you, I would still show up. Like, they'll catch up while you still going ahead. Like, get committed to who you are, what you do, and how you serve, and just really show up and thrive.
Yeah, and I feel like part of that is not letting go of the fear, because we sometimes can be in limbo, you know, not holding on to security, and not walking by faith. You know, you got to walk by faith and not by sight. So
but a lot of times, like, we let fear cripple us, or we feel like because we don't want to upset somebody else's version of who we are, or we didn't get permission to actually step out and be great, like, we'll let that hinder us. Like, the vision is not given to everybody else. Like, you have to know within a shadow of a doubt what you were called to do. And 9 times out of 10, who you are here to serve is not your family and your friends. Like, I had somebody who had a business. I was coaching her, and she was worried about sharing her product because she was worried about what her in-laws and family was going to say. And I had to ask her, I'm like, hey, do they buy from you? The answer was no. I was like, are they your ideal target audience? The answer was no. I said, well, what you talking about? Pull them up a seat and let's get it popping. Like, I don't understand. Like, so
is that fear of judgment that needs to be released?
Judgment of what? That you trying? Because you doing it, you taking the step. The hardest part is showing up.
Right.
I'd rather somebody pull me to the side and be like, hey, I see you trying, but do this. Instead of, I didn't try it, but you know, and then you see somebody else. Like, we get online every day and we see everybody else live out what they doing, their purpose and the mission. We sitting on the sideline waiting for somebody to give us permission.
Facts.
No.
Facts. I'm not, I ain't waiting for nobody. I don't need nobody's insurance on anything. I'm gonna keep going regardless. Y'all don't pay my bills.
Yeah.
Girl.
Hey, it be serious, because you know, I had that. Like, before I started really going all in on my business, I was waiting for my daughter's father for him to come help me. Like, I was just like, oh, well, I can't do all this. Can you come help me so I can be great? And he was like, oh, I can see what I can do. And I'm like, see what you can do? And I was going for 30 seconds. I was going to wait because I didn't want to bring my daughter into the space. I'm like, shit, she gonna have to come with me. And now my daughter, she helped me take the photography, or, you know, we at the events, and she started her own business. So it just works. Like, don't wait for somebody else to give you permission to really go out there and do it. So
I feel like it's that favorite outfit. Like, we all got that one outfit that we like, ooh, I'm gonna wait till. But it's like, what are you waiting for? Throw that outfit on.
Don't save it. Hey, I'm not, you know that one meme, I think it's circulating around when it was like, girl, you doing too much, where she dressed up in the fur where everybody, that's me.
All casual.
Party with the fur. Like, what's good?
Life is too short. You better put everything on and make sure you walk in the room and be noticed and be known. That is it's important for you to do that. I have 3 questions for you again.
Okay.
Give me 3 motivational quotes. This could be by famous people. It could be by quotes you live by. It could be by family members, friends. It can even be something you tell yourself on a day-to-day basis.
Okay.
To get you going.
I live by that your story has power. Whatever that story is, it has power. So you need to own that.
Yeah.
I also live by just my mantra is just like show up and talk your shit. And what I mean by show up and talk your shit, like don't apologize for what you bring to the table. Don't apologize for your genius. Don't apologize for what you're doing. Like we come in contact with so many different people, especially online. Everybody is not going to get your message the first time. So a lot of times we may feel like, oh, well, I said what I did yesterday. Show up every day and tell these people what you do 50,000 times, 50,000 ways. So talk your shit. Hey,
keep knocking on that door.
I'm going to show up online. I'm going to tell my story. Either you can remove me and I'm not going to take it personal, but this is what I got to do. So talk your shit and then also just really own the room. That's what I live by. I can't think of a famous quote right now. I'm a big quote head, but just own the room. Your presence is enough. Own it.
I feel like those 3 are very important for everyone to understand, especially as women. Because you resemble woman empowerment, and that's beautiful. That's something that we all need to know and understand. Next question: as a mother, what is most important for you to teach your daughter, and what is important for new mothers out there to know and to understand?
As a mother, it's important that my daughter celebrates who she is. Just everything about her, from her hair to what she likes and what she thinks. Like I just empower her to really just stand in your truth. Like you can tell me something, but you just have to be able to articulate to me. So you can still have your truth, but like if I ask you, hey, well, why? I need you to be able to articulate that to me. So just really, as long as she can do that, like it's fine. And just know that her voice matters and that her skin is popping. So those are the 2 things that I just be trying to instill, because when you have kids that are in school, like she's a 7th grader, so she's getting curious and stuff like that, or she's like get peer pressure, and I'm just like, that don't make sense. I'm the type of person like, that don't make sense, like break it down to me, then and we can't break it down. I'm like, sis, that ain't gonna work, like
right.
So but just making sure that she knows that she don't have to go outside of the norm to be liked. If you a gated community, if they can't fool with it, they don't belong in the gated community. So I just be trying to
that's true.
instill those things. And then like for a new mom, I would say more so like be gentle with yourself and just make sure that you just have a supporting community for when we go through, like I went through postpartum depression and I didn't really know how to fully navigate that space, or just looking at the old pictures like, damn, I was great. When you look back, you're like, I was great. Just all this stuff. So just being gentle with yourself and just making sure that that you're doing the best that you can, like whatever the situation is, would be my advice.
That's really important to bring up that topic, because a lot of people don't talk about postpartum depression. I remember growing up and seeing that, and I won't go into detail, but seeing that person in postpartum depression, I didn't know what that was. And most people don't know what that is, or most people get it and they don't talk about it. So it's really important to bring that up and let people know that they're not alone in that sense as well.
But see, when I was going through it, I didn't really have a space to talk about it. So I didn't stay in it. Like I didn't have a real bad case of postpartum, because it can range. You could just be missing like a little bit of your old life. And then you also have those cases where you could become depressed and then you want to hurt somebody, hurt yourself or hurt somebody, or you don't feel worthy, like whatever stage that you are in that. But just make sure that you keep a support system around you. I feel like now there's so much support out there. And then like, I'm a big advocate for therapy. Like
Yeah.
therapy comes through. I'm like, hey, I got my therapist. I can text. I'm like, hey,
Right.
can I get a session? Like,
Yeah.
you know,
Get them
so
quick video chats in,
girl.
chop it up with your therapist. And yeah.
Yeah.
And it's so funny because it's not funny, but I feel like our generation is healing a lot of childhood trauma and things that we never talk about in our household when it comes to certain things, you know?
Yeah.
Then not only that, it's just like, I feel like we're the ones who make that transition and change to make us better, but not also us better, but the next generation to come.
Yeah.
And it's really important for us to embed that in the next generation too.
Because a lot of time I feel like with our generation, you know, our parents did the best that we could, but they didn't really create that space for us to like really like, you know, oh, don't cry, or you don't want to seem weak, or you got to hold it in. Like by nature, I'm automatically like a dominant person, or I can just jump in and leave. I'm just like, how y'all know if I want to do that? Like, can somebody cover me too? Like,
right.
Why do I always got to be the one to be like, oh, let me take care of everybody? Like, people need to be taken care of. It just needs to be more of a safe space for that. So,
right. 100% agree. Okay, so for my next question, you've attended one of my vision board parties and created a vision for yourself. And I think it was a couple years ago when you attended the vision board party in Oakland. What on the vision board has come to life for you? If you could remember,
I can show you. Step by. I think I got the vision board right up here. Hello. In my little office.
It ain't little. Ain't nothing little about your office, girl. That's a big office there.
You're right. In my big office. You're right. We got to talk to ourselves right.
Yes.
So this is my vision board I created.
Oh my God. I still have a picture of that. I love your vision board.
Thank you. So I was thinking about incorporating them. So a lot of things have happened here. Our House of She is an LLC, so I did that. Yes. Our Brunch with Friends, we did that. I also Style with Substance. Mama Can Style, we did that.
Nice.
Let's see. The biggest risk I took was really just betting on me. I have done that. And then I'm a Style Watch. I'm the Game Plan. I have elevated and changed my scenery. I need to go back and look at my other one. I've been done some things on here. I walk the line. I've done that.
Yes.
And then I inspire women and girls to find their gift within. I've been doing that all my life, but I'm just really walking in that. So I've been doing that. I'm Black, 365 days. Done that. So we done that. So
right.
And then just seeing this, like ideas plus ideas equal impact. Like I do a lot of impact. So I just do a lot of that. So a lot of these things have really came
to life,
to fruition. So
that's
I just keep this on my computer, but I gotta go look at these because I don't really like. I made this big one, but I need to make it a habit to actually go back and check. But I still have this, so I checked off a lot of these things on this. So
I'm so proud of you. Like this is so amazing. This is beautiful, and you're such an inspiration to many people that want to fulfill those dreams. And you know, not sure where to go as far as like what to put together, but vision boards is definitely something that does come into life, and I push that so big. And you also, I know you also push the affirmations as well,
girl.
Like,
pushing them.
I'll be writing that down 20 times, setting my alarms. Like, okay, like I'm about to be a millionaire. And I feel like all this stuff.
I feel like the way that we talk to ourselves, just like you have to correct me with saying little, like the way that we talk to ourselves carries so much weight. And it sets the tone to how we allow other people to perceive us, join us. So it's just like so important to do so. But I'm just like, I'm looking at this, like I'm proud. Like I got this up by my workstation and I was looking at it, but I didn't really take the full time to just like really
soak it all in.
girl. But that was at your event. So what questions do you have for me?
And it's so motivating, and it really inspires me to keep pushing and keep this going. And although we weren't able to do it this year, first thing next year, once everything opens back up, we will definitely have.
But you can still do it virtually, or do you want to?
I'm working on it. It's so many people that have been hitting me up. I'm definitely working on it because I'm getting so many.
What's stopping you? What's stopping you from doing it? Huh? What's stopping you, sis? Because the way that these tools are set up,
right?
You can sell these. Like, what's stopping you? I'm waiting because you can go on Facebook Live, host a Zoom. Like, what you need? There are tools out here, and people. How many people have asked you for the vision board?
From the top of my head, about maybe 8. I paused. So around 8 to 9 people so far has asked if there's going to be one.
So there's 8 to 9 people that are waiting for you to show up in your purpose of what you called to do. And you won't get on there and click that, create that Zoom link and have that music playing in the background and tell them to get their magazines. Is that what you're telling me, sis?
Okay, we're gonna have to get something down soon. ASAP. Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. So as a motivational speaker and influencer for women.
Look, somebody said they'll join virtually. We touching and agree. I agree with
Tim, yes.
We touching and agree.
Tiffany, yes. Look, we already got one for sure. I'm gonna hit you up, boo. We got this.
Okay.
So as a motivational speaker and influencer for women, what would you say to a woman who lacks confidence in herself, as far as like, you know, what she wants to do? She's unsure of herself. She wants to push forward. She wants to move forward in life, but there's things that's kind of setting her back and she lacks the confidence to do so. What would you say to her?
I would say the first thing first is identify where the self-lack is coming from. The first thing first, like, so you'll be able to deal with that, because you won't be able to show up and you can't expect somebody else to treat you anyway until you actually change the tone to how you are treating yourself. Like, I had to learn that the hard way, because I used to believe, oh, well, everybody should know that I'm great. Like, I'll show up for you. I'll do all this. Like, I'm doing all this, breaking my neck, and I wasn't getting it received. Or I would let people treat me any old type of way, and then I'd be sitting here mad as hell, like, hey, like, you don't value me? Like, don't you know I'm valuable? And until I set the tone to know that I'm valuable enough and, like, it's a privilege for you to be connected with me, the tone changed. So you have to identify where that lack or where that hurt is coming from. And then once you identify that, work on that. Like, if it's something that you really want to do, like, be committed to yourself first. Like, you can't take care of nobody else until you take care of yourself first. So get committed to who you are. That's why I created the shirt, the Pray, Self-Invest, and Repeat, because I had to pray to God, and then I had to take the self-investment in myself before I can show up and be anything to anybody else. That was the whole purpose, because I was mad as hell. Like, I was mad. And God, I had to work with God to be like, okay, what is this trying to teach me? And then let me show up in that space. And I set the tone. So I wouldn't take anything less. If I'm showing up giving myself 100, I'm not going to take 70 or 80% from you.
Right.
So identify that, and then just really, like, believe in yourself. Everything starts with our self-talk, so she has to work through, even if it's professional help, she has to work with actually, like, what is she prison to? Is it something that she needs to forgive herself for, or something that she needs to go to therapy, or maybe something that she just needs to clean up house or get around some different people where she can get a different scenery of what value and everything looks like? Because sometimes the people who we hang around with can actually keep us stagnant as well.
Exactly.
Girl.
Exactly.
I mean,
so having that value for yourself, that self-love, and then also being able to surround yourself around the right people to motivate you and push you to keep moving forward.
Yeah.
And that's very
important. It's not easy. Like, this is not something that you just wake up like, oh, like, this is painful. Because you gotta unlearn certain behaviors. Like, I had to unlearn the way that I treated myself. I had to unlearn the way that I talked to myself. I had to unlearn, like, even ways that I probably was as a kid that I didn't like. I didn't like that perception. I had to unlearn that. And when you come face to face with that truth, it's like, damn, like, is that how I'm out here wilding?
Right.
That? And, you know, because I'm like, I'm real self-aware. So even when I'm off or I'm feeling it, like, my therapist has taught me how to really stand in that truth, but don't stay there. So I had to have, I've been 5 years in therapy, and I had to work that out because I just like, hey, got fucked up.
But also to understand, though, the understanding of it, and understanding also that that doesn't create, that's not you. That doesn't define you.
It's a thing that we feel like, I feel like we deal with traumas, like we'll deal with traumas that are in other parts of our life. And maybe the part that we're trying to move forward, we don't have no trauma there, but we are not healing from the past trauma that's actually holding us back. So that's what we have to, that's what we got to get in alignment. Like, ooh, it's like, oh, that hurt. Let's talk about it. What's good?
So, love, you know me and my threes again. I got to get back to my threes.
Okay.
So, I have 3 affirmations, and I want you to fill in the blank as we get ready to wrap up.
Okay.
So the first one is I am.
I am unapologetically unstoppable.
Ooh, okay. I can
do anything that I can do anything that I put my mind to with God leading the way.
Yes. And lastly, I have.
Let's see, I have the abundance and purpose to really show up and make impact.
Yes. Okay.
Hey, this is like, I live, eat, and breathe. This is like change, you know, like when you really invest in yourself, like, when you invest in yourself, can't nobody tell you about you. Like, you can't tell me about the God I serve. You can't tell me about me. Like, I'm all for taking feedback. Like, if there's something I need to change, please tell me. And then, you know, I'll take that up with my peoples, or I'll assess that. Like, I'm not saying nobody can critique me or anything like that. I'm always a student first, so I'm always want to get better. But you can't go around telling me about me. Like, you can't tell my story. So I'm going to show up and tell my story, and then, you know, whatever version you got, that ain't me no more. Like, you may experience it, but where I'm at right now, I'm just not there. So
it's one thing I've said so many times, when there's ever an issue or problem or any kind of thing, that I don't ignore it or block it out, but I just, you know, literally say, your issue with me is none of my business. I stick to my business and my business only.
I mean, well, there's a difference. Well, with that, okay, I got a question.
Okay.
So what does that mean? I need you to break that down a little bit more. Because if somebody's bringing a concern, if they're like, hey, I want to address something, this is how I'm feeling. Is it that type of concern, or is it just like, oh, I don't like that you wear glasses with the dreads, like, that don't work for me? Like, which one is like?
So no. If it's any kind of negative type thing, like they don't really have they are not giving me any kind of substance. Like, they're not telling me, you know, they're just saying, just talking.
Yeah, they want you to jump bad just because.
It's white noise. Yeah. It's white noise. So I'm not the type of person. I'm in a place right now where that's not going to be me.
Girl, 100%. 100%. I had to really change the tune, because I was like, I don't want to die from stress. Like, I can't control everybody else's reaction. I'm just like, you know what? I'm not going to your circus. I ain't buying no tickets. I ain't gonna be in the parking lot. Like, we can have a conversation, but we gonna have an adult conversation. I'm not about to go to your circus where you acting a damn fool and you don't take no accountability. Like, you gonna lose me. So, like, you know, you have to. That goes back to how you treat yourself. How you want to have that conversation?
And when you have that tunnel vision, it's never addressed to you unless someone comes up to you and address it. And then that's another thing too, like you were saying, I definitely communicate things with people. Sometimes it might not be what they like, and sometimes it might not be what I like, but I'm going to take whatever is constructive criticism, and I'm going to take that with me and do what I can to be my best self. But at the end of the day, my best self may not be your best self.
Girl. So. Wait, but at least you can never say you didn't try. Like, I'm all open. And I also believe, like, if I feel like I'm gonna be upset, I'll just be like, hey, I can't handle that right. Like, I just used to either blow up or be just so, oh, let me attack because you're attacking me. So if it's something that I emotionally can't handle, I'll just be like, I don't have the emotional bandwidth I can't handle this right now. Like, what's going on in my life? I don't have the extra bandwidth to deal with this. So please, I need to come back to this, or I'm sorry, I'm just not available for it. Like, that's where I'm at. Like, I'm sorry, no.
That's fine. So, last question. Okay. What do you have in store for 2021? Where can we find you? How can we connect? What's going on? Let's tap in.
2021 is popping. Let's just say that. So I hope I see you being trill on these internet streets with this vision board party. But you already know. I'm just gonna try to touch and agree with everybody who come across this live. Y'all slide in her DM and let her know that y'all want that vision board workshop. That's y'all call to action. For me,
that's facts. I'm gonna get it together.
I'm sliding your DM. I'm like, hey, vision board. Let's see my vision board. Crazy. I'm sliding in. For me, I just released my first workshop of 2021. So I'm helping you risk being seen, which allows you to step from behind the brand and really position yourself as an expert. Teach you how to create content that can actually convert and for you to make money, and just learn how to really understand your why. Because I feel like a lot of entrepreneurs, we might just get started, but we don't know the fundamentals. So you got to have purpose and vision behind the things that you're creating for them to create longevity. So I'm doing that. And I'm excited. So that's kicking off January 9th, which you can get tickets. You can either click the link in my bio or go to diedrecurry.com. And I'm just going to be talking my shit all up and down the internet. I got some speaking engagements coming up and some partnerships. So I'm just going to just make sure that I stay in alignment for what I'm here to do and just serve. But that masterclass is about to be lit and fire. Okay. And I guarantee y'all gonna make some bank. So
yes. So that's what I'm working on. Y'all gotta check out her apparel. She has a
we about to bring that back. Yes, that Pray Self-Invest is coming back. A couple people always go off of people just been telling me like, hey sis, like what's good? So we're gonna run that back. Because that's where we all started. That's where we started from.
Yes, the original. And then also, I have, every time I wear my Own Your Story shirt, a lot of people ask about that shirt too. So leading them to there. Okay. And then, y'all, her earrings.
Yes.
Earrings
I just be really like, I just so believe and just really create this space for women. Like, I feel like, when you have your armor on, like when you show up, like even if you're on a Zoom call, like I got on some She Apparel right now, like just like you the shit. So that's all. I
just freezing, babe.
Now at DiedreCurry.com, you can grab your armor at SheApparel.com. If you hang around with me too long, if you're on any of my social platforms, I'm gonna brainwash you, having you believing that you can believe in yourself and that you can go out there and really conquer this shit. So that's just me. That's me.
That's how it's supposed to be. Yes, a lot of just motivation and have that energy, and a lot of people need that in this time, around this time as well. So it's really important.
But motivate past. Like, I don't want you to just be inspired. I want you to actually put in that work. I want you to be inspired enough to be like, let me go ahead and get this shit popping. Like, that's what we do here.
Facts.
That's what we do here. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
For her to get on the virtual that virtual workshop.
I'm gonna get it going. I'm gonna get it going. You just literally,
DM,
just
y'all.
sparked
Anybody
the idea.
who come in this live, Flutter DM, slide in there.
You sparked the motivation in me. I'm definitely gonna put it together, and I'm definitely gonna have it for early of next year. So stay tuned. Look out for that.
One thing, just a little suggestion, because I didn't go back and check the queen of the vision boards. Can we get like a vision board check-in? Can we get a mid halfway check-in? What, just like how you checked in with me, like give us a little check-in. Let us either quarterly, halfway mark, check in with us. Host a little bit. We pull up and tell you what we manifested and stuff like that. So
I definitely
DM, y'all. Flood it.
6-month check-in, definitely. I 100% agree. That I solely believe so much in vision boards because I've created so many different vision boards and they definitely come into life. There's so much changes that happen to my life and it's all for the better. And and it's more of me not just manifesting and visualizing and having this vision for the events that I did have, but also just putting God first in everything and anything I do. So,
but you gotta share that journey and that story. Somebody needs that experience from how you did it. Like exactly where you at right now. Like somebody is waiting for you to really show up so you can free them. So I hope you ain't sitting on how God shift you and moved you. Like, let's go.
A little bit of gems. So I gotta drop them gems. I'm gonna drop them.
God, I feel like God has really shifted everybody, and
agreed.
I feel like when He takes us through experiences, like I feel like He just putting a little seasoning on. Let me put a little flavor on you, so you know what's good. So don't sit. Somebody need that story. Whenever you're ready to release it, but don't sit on it. Like it's not for you. You go through the experience so you can serve somebody else.
Facts. Pay for it.
I'm just showing up for my purpose, just doing what I do.
It's so beautiful too, and I'm just so grateful. And I thank you for coming on this live, girl.
Thank you.
Just sharing your story, and it's really important that we share our stories and let other people know that they're not alone. That they could continue to push forward and thrive. So y'all, if y'all just jumping in, don't worry. This will be posted. I'm gonna get the footage to Diedre as well. And also be on my YouTube channel too. So make sure you click the link in my bio. Thank you so much, Diedre, for being a part of this story.
Thank you.
We're gonna connect soon too. This ain't gonna be the last one.
I'm about to slide in your DM.
Yes, please do.
I'm about to say vision board party. I'm intentionally agree because I'm with the sis that was on the line, and then everybody else that come across this, slide in her DM so she can do that vision board.
We gonna do it. We gonna do a virtual vision board party, and then I got so much supplies, it's ridiculous. So I'm gonna be like, who want to pull up for some supplies? I got y'all.
Hey,
all right, love.
I'm here for it. Thank you.
Thank you. Have a good night. Take care.
Okay, thank you.